Quadratic equations and quadratic functions. Okay, we're going to explore the relationship between the solutions of quadratic equations and the zeros of quadratic functions. You can kind of think of them the same kind of thing, okay? So, quadratic equation, here we go. Set it equal to 0 and solve. Now you can either factor this particular form, you can put it into the quadratic equation formula, complete the square, different ways of solving for x. Quadratic function is you writing it like the one below. Okay, f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, but still, to find the x-intercepts of this particular function, if you were graphing it, you'd still have to solve it as though it was a quadratic equation. Okay, so let's have a look. Two examples. Okay, solve 2x squared minus 10. Now, if you were to put that in your graphing calculator, you'd end up with the graph looking like this down here. Okay. Right, it would show x-intercepts of negative root 5 and positive root 5. Okay, that's if I threw that into a graphing calculator. Now, if I solve it algebraically, okay, here we go. 2x squared minus 10 equals 0. So add a 10 to both sides. 2x squared equals 10. Divide by 2, x squared equals 5. Then square root both sides. Don't forget when you square root, 1 plus and 1 minus. So root 5 and negative root 5. Put in your calculator, 2 point something and negative 2 point something. Okay, so those are my two x-intercepts, and if I look down here, this is what I should have. Okay, so that's what I'd have in my graphic calculator with the x-intercepts, just like I solve it algebraically. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Okay, let's solve 2x squared minus x equals 3. Okay, this time, okay, you set it equal to 0. We are doing this, okay, right here. So set it equal to 0 by taking away the 3. Excuse me, and you now have to factor. Okay, this is factoring. It's a trinomial. So again, use your factoring skills. It'll end up as x plus 1, 2x minus 3. So set them both equal to 0. Okay, previous one I just used the square root property, square rooting both sides. Here I set both of these equal to 0 because either of them can be 0. So x plus 1 equals 0, so x equals negative 1. 2x minus 3 equals 0. Again, add a 3, divide by 2. Here are my two solutions. Okay, so these are my two zeros of the function. Again, down here, these would be the x-intercepts. Okay, so if I put that straight in my graphing calculator, I'd get this. Solve it algebraically. I can see what the x-intercepts are. Don't forget what the y-intercept is. Right there. Okay, when x equals 0, that's gone, that's gone. The y-intercept is negative 3, and there it is. Right there. Okay.